Hey One Hope Church, welcome to the first of these quarterly video updates I'm going to start to give on a quarterly basis. In the past we have done 3 or so what I call Vision Sundays a year, in which the whole focus of the message time is to recap our vision and give updates, etc. I'm going to take a break from doing that because I really want to work on helping to create an environment here for our Sunday morning services where you feel really comfortable inviting anyone to church on any given Sunday without needing to worry about, is this one of those Sundays that we're going to talk about giving or vision stuff? And so I'm going to give these kind of quarterly videos a try as an alternative approach, and you can let me know if they're helpful or not. Hopefully doing these quarterly videos in combination with doing some regularly scheduled family meetings during the coming year will help improve our communication as a church, which is one area that we know we can improve on. And so with that said, here are some updates for us, 7 updates as we move into the fall. And the first one really flows out of that whole reasoning I just gave of wanting you to feel comfortable inviting people to church at any given time. I sat down with one person not too long ago who shared their reluctance to invite people to One Hope was due in part to you never know what you're going to get. Will this be, will it be an overly long message? Will it be childcare, etc.? And I totally sympathize with that view. And so as we move into the fall, I just want to make a fresh commitment to you all that we were going to make our absolute best effort every week to keep service lengths to 60 to 70 minute range and sermons in the 20 to 25 minute range. In fact, I don't know if you've noticed, but this whole summer series, I intentionally practiced doing shorter sermons in the 20 to 25 range. And so I'll continue to aim for that as we move into the fall, and we'll also hold others on our preaching team to that sermon length as well as any other guest preachers we may have in the future. And when there's an exception to that, as there will be from time to time, I'll make sure that gets communicated prior to that Sunday so you're aware that something special is happening. And then also just want to give a renewed commitment, an assurance that we will always have nursery care each Sunday, year-round, and that during the school year we'll also have Sunday school lessons for the kids during the sermon time, which, by the way, begins this Sunday, September 4th. Next update is that this Sunday, in addition to kicking off Sunday school, we're also going to be starting a brand new 12-week sermon series going through the minor prophets. Each week we're going to take one of the minor prophets and give kind of a general overview and then land on one major theme and one kind of reading from that minor prophet book. And then for those who would like to go deeper, we're also going to launch next week the 4th season of our Bible reading podcast. And this time we're going to be trying something a little different. Instead of a daily podcast, we're just going to have 2 podcasts a week, along with a Monday through Friday Bible reading schedule. So the idea is that on Sunday, I will have a podcast released, which will kind of give a recap of the main points of the sermon and also including any extra teaching that I couldn't squeeze into my 23-minute sermon. And I will also introduce the Bible readings for the week, some of which may be from the minor prophets that we're looking at, but usually will be other readings that relate to the sermon text or whatever the series that we're currently going through. And so the hope is that you, if you don't already have a Bible reading routine, maybe you can use this as an opportunity to really engage in that practice, and you can read each day, Monday through Friday, one of these short Bible passages, about 10 verses each, that will supply each day, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturday, we're going to release the second podcast of the week, which will be a video of 3 or 4 from our podcast team discussing the readings together and how they relate to the current series and to just life in general. Now, that will be a new thing for us, and we'll be experimenting with this. And so ask for grace as we try to kind of start producing those. But hopefully you'll subscribe to the podcast, if for no other reason than just to enjoy laughing at us as we try to pull this off. And then the next update that I want to give relates to our continued commitment to work alongside other life-giving churches in Gig Harbor and our general area. That has been a pillar of One Hope Church from day one, the desire to work with other congregations and to not be territorial. And we're really starting to see the fruit of One Hope having had that commitment. I've now been meeting with area pastors on a monthly basis off and on for years, and we go away on a mini retreat once a year as well. And so we've really been able to build some trust over the years. Well, we have 2 events coming up that we hope will continue to promote unity among the churches and is just an opportunity to be a visible expression of the larger body of Christ. First, on Wednesday, September 14th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., we're going to be hosting an event at Peninsula Christian Fellowship called Celebrate Jesus. Gig Harbor Celebrates Jesus. And we're going to be doing that on the grass field adjacent to their church building at PCF. Several congregations have come together, including One Hope, we're going to have a barbecue meal together and then just a joint worship service, which Michael from Thrive and Jake from local church will be sharing a couple brief devotionals, and then One Hope Church and Calvary Fellowship will be teaming up to help with the worship end of things. And we're also going to have some baptisms that day as well. In fact, if you've never been baptized and would like to be or have questions about baptism, please talk to me. And then the other event in the coming quarter will be our annual Pray Gig Harbor event. And this year, that event will be on Friday. We'll start Friday, October 21st, 7 p.m., and we'll end Saturday, October 22nd, 7 p.m. It's a 24-hour prayer event in which folks from churches all over Gig Harbor can sign up to pray for an hour at one set location, along with an opening worship service where we're all together, and then another closing service where we're all together. So get you more information on that as we get closer to the event. And then the next update has to do with outreach. Now that we're truly able to move back into quote unquote church as normal in a good way, so to speak, I want to go back to our pre-COVID goal of having one outreach event every month. And so as we move into the fall quarter, our 2 events are, first, for September, our first ever annual One Hope Charity Golf Tournament. At least I hope we have it annually. All proceeds will go to Sister Acts, Global Seed Planters. No experience necessary to golf. They're going to have a golf court provided, and it's going to be kind of a best ball team scramble, 9-hole team. I don't know what the terminology is, but in other words, you can be a bad golfer like me and you'll be on a team with one person at least who's a good golfer, and so you'll basically, whoever's got the best shot, that's where you'll start the next hole from, I think is what that means, but maybe it doesn't, in which case ignore everything I just said. But what I do know is that the event will be on Sunday, September 25th at McCormick Golf Course in Port Orchard at 1 p.m. And it's $60 per person, $20 of that going directly to Global Seed Planters. We got room for 36 players, should last between 2 and 3 hours, and then there'll be some time at the restaurant there at the course for just some fellowship and food and drinks afterwards. And then our October event will be our annual Halloween outreach that we do every year. And we'll have a booth downtown, and we'll get you more information on that in October. And then next update, very thankful for the work of the ministry review team, the MRT. They have finished their work. They're just getting some extra feedback from folks. Like I know Mia will be meeting with our young people on Monday to get their feedback and suggestions. And then very soon, in the next couple of weeks, we will be having a family meeting for the MRT to present their findings and the surveys and the recommendations that they have, and to also have a time of Q&A. And they've already presented some of those recommendations to the Board of Elders. In fact, you can read that summary in the Elder Minutes posted on our website every month. But should come as no surprise to anyone that the general sentiment is that we need a lot of help in the area of youth and kids. And so we're going to be discussing that together soon, along with a few other things, and also exploring solutions together. And then the next update, after a tough couple years of COVID, we are continuing to rebuild our Life Together groups. We currently have 4 LTGs meeting regularly and 1 LTG Plus group. If you are not in a Life Together group, you are welcome to try out any one of them. They're not closed groups. You can find a listing of those on our website, or you can talk to me if you're interested in trying one out. I do want to add a note, though, about our hybrid LTG Plus house church expression of the church. That also is not a closed group. But we're really wanting to exclusively be inviting those not connected to any church family to attend those, with one exception. If you have someone in your life, someone who does not attend church, and you think that church Sunday mornings at Ocean 5 would maybe be too foreign an experience for them, but you think they might be more open to attend a gathering in a home, you are welcome to come to our LTG Plus group sometime. See it for yourself so you know what you're inviting your friend to, and then invite them to join you in that house church setting. And maybe after attending that for a while, you can try inviting them to Ocean 5, or perhaps they continue in the house church setting and you go back to Ocean 5 worship once they're connected. This really is all about reaching people who are not connected to any church family and who may have no church background at all. And then finally, number 7 update. Not everyone may be aware of this, but Sandy and I we've been facilitating a church service at Mallards Landing every Sunday afternoon at 1:30 p.m. for over 6 years now. And it's been a very fruitful ministry. We could, however, use some help here. It makes for a very long Sunday for us, and we would love it if there might be others interested in leading some of those services, and perhaps we could form a rotation. So if that might be a ministry that you might be interested in being a part of, please let me know. Just discerning these days kind of where to go from here with regard to that ministry to our friends at the lodge. So there you have it, first of our quarterly updates. Hey, let me know if this has been helpful for you. If you've listened this long, it probably has been. I suspect those for whom it's not as desired, well, you stopped listening after my second bullet point, which is fine. I'll keep supplying the facts version for these as well, for those who just want to do a quick scan of the updates without any extra kind of context and explanation. Let me just close, though, by saying I am so very excited about this coming year. After a lot of traveling in August, I'm so ready to be home and to jump back into the coming year with all of you. So let's each of us be on the lookout, prayerfully looking at who God wants us to invite into our church family, but ultimately to introduce to Jesus. So thanks for listening, and hope to see some of you on Sunday. It's Labor Day weekend, but hopefully some of you will be in town. If not, I'll see the rest of you whenever you get back into your fall routine, whenever that happens for you. Blessings to you. We'll talk to you soon.